I've always wanted my very own skee-ball-style arcade game in my home. So I bought the thing, and now my partner and I are going to unbox it and set it up. This is the VEVOR 9-foot roll and score classic arcade game table, an indoor skee-ball alternative machine game set with LED electronic scorer. I've put a link in the description if you're interested in looking into it. It's an affiliate link, so I may earn from qualifying purchases at no extra cost to you. Before we go too much further in, here are a few things I'd recommend. 2 people for a good chunk of this build. Some parts you can solo, a lot are easier with a second set of hands. Set aside most of a day, an impact driver and a regular screwdriver, and at least one person who's comfortable with builds and tools, and handy when things don't go to plan. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the unboxing and build.
Yeah. Size. Salt.
Not a very big ball.
Have the steps. Use it.
Turn the light, maybe? So this is everything unboxed. Step 1, detail A, figure 1 is where we're doing here.
It says raw wood up, align all pilot holes, 3 metal inserts this end. What does that mean? 3 metal inserts this end?
Over there.
Oh, okay.
And then
Align
they
all
have
pilot
the
holes.
angle
This is
cut
on a
here.
flat, smooth, non-abrasive surface, right?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
You do not want to fully tighten using this tool.
Okay.
That would be a mistake.
Because it's MDF. I didn't get that.
Yeah, it'll strip it.
Yeah.
Strip the screw. That's why they say don't over tighten it. These pilot holes are actually not that good. So yeah, there is a little bit of shift here from this.
So now we're doing the other side.
All the way out of the way.
Next up, we're going to install the playfield upside down.
We can get a lot more holes. Oh, you can do it that way. I was just gonna do it. Oh, what? Okay, let it hit the carpet first. Now you go to the other end. Lift it up. Yeah, spread it out a little bit. And spread your enough. Four. Slide it all the way over to the thing. Close enough, just get it close. On the other side, let's get it slid into. There you go.
So the wire comes through a hole here. You want to do that before you screw anything in. And then the playfield, where the ball gets rolled up, is on the flush end. And then there are screws that match up for this into each of the sides.
These are going to metal catches, so these you don't have to worry about stripping as much. You can see there's little metal catches here.
Just right here. We are opting to use the hand method rather than a power tool because the holes are harder to see in terms of lining up.
Well, these are not pilot hole based. These are pre-drilled holes, so you want to make sure you're directly in the holes. And if you use the tool, you could accidentally drill into a new hole, which you don't want.
We don't want new holes.
No, you do not want new.
We just want pre-existing holes. Step 3.
So it goes like that then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, see that angle lines up. I'm loosening a little bit to make sure it's loose. It's a little bit tight, so loosen it a little bit. There we go. So we get that edge lined up nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing, is that lines up that nicely, that edge.
Okay.
And that it's close together Okay, so that's pretty well lined up. And start tightening it. Still good.
And the second plate is in. Yay. Just exercise and trust.
Screw your finger.
Probably not.
Definitely.
Focus.
We'll go ahead and tighten up this side.
Now we're doing the other side, P17 and P2. Other side, screwing on to onto the leg. It goes here.
Yeah. They forgot to pre-glue that hole here.
Oh, yeah. They just did a pilot
Or this
hole
one.
there. Those look like pilot holes.
There's no hole.
There's no hole at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
Right.
Oh, it is a
Oh.
little bit on this side. Oh, okay, it's just not showing all the way.
Okay, that's good.
Do you see where the holes line up then?
Kind of. I mean, we can line up the top holes. What else screws down here?
H2s.
Okay. It's a little tricky. Yeah, that's actually probably the best way to do it, at least for that side.
What?
Just sticking them in the hole.
Yeah, it's pre-drilled, so.
Well, should be.
Make sure this is lined up here, which it is. That looks good. Tighten this one. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we have 4 screws in. And the feet. Step 4.
E33 plastic connector. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Yeah, it's symmetrical. So I was complaining that this seemed like it might be coming off the finish there, but I think this going over it will help alleviate that. See that?
Mm-hmm. So just slid right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, now we need that piece. So it's gonna attach in that same slot. And I had to bend these outward a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to fit those brackets in there in the center of this, because that has some play to it. You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have something that fits in to secure it, but right now it can move quite a bit.
Screws. The missing screws.
Second adult needs to hold in place.
Oh, I guess I'm the second adult. I'm gonna put screws in here and screws in here where we didn't have the 2 screws before. H3s go on the bracket,
One are gonna go in these big
and then the
holes.
H1s will go
In these big holes.
in these big holes.
Yep.
Each one's in first on one of the legs. And here are aprons. Other side.
So this one still has a little bit of play.
Mhm.
I want you to hold it.
Okay.
Same thing, push in where that bracket is. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Hand tighten.
what you want to hand tighten. Well, and that's why they warn you. Once it strips, it strips.
Board got stripped. Wah, 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 wah. So I hear tell we've got a trick.
It's called a toothpick.
It's called a toothpick.
Stick a toothpick in the hole.
Break it off.
Break it off. Oh, my piece fell out. There we go.
Okay.
Add another one. Break it off. Throw a couple in there. They pop out. Just stick it back in. I'll put the thicker end in this. Yeah. Ram them in there. There you go. Just adds material to make up for the material that just stripped. We're definitely going to want to hand tighten with that.
I hear step 6.
Yeah, that's all the 230s. Yeah, that's all of them. That's all these with this.
It's not flush. It's not flush.
Well, no, it could shift a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm worried about it more hanging over than the other way. I have room to pull it this way. I just think it's the other way. All right. Flush and then tighten it with this. That's okay. I can slide it back. It's not that important.
Two in.
So that looks like we're gonna make another one of those.
So now we're moving into
12
step
pieces, H3.
7.
These
So
two are
based
the
on
same.
this, the boards go into holes that are pre-drilled. 2 of them are the same, 1 of them is different.
Lost in the vision of the holes.
For the other side. Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
There's- and hand tighten.
Nope.
Last one. This direction. Need another toothpick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the toothpick game again.
Just one piece on this one, probably.
Over the existing plate.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's fine. It works. It's just And checking to make sure that the bracket screw holes go over the actual screw holes. It had a little bit of fight to it. 2 more on either side. And hand tighten. All 4. Four, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Hold on pressure.
6 times. And we will use the hex wrench to secure these. Three metal bolts. Secure them with the hex wrench.
There's a bit of play in this, but I'm going to line it up with this edge to determine that it's in the right place.
Okay.
It's the best I can do without seeing what it's going to attach to.
Mm-hmm.
Getting this line is going to guide where it should be. Slightly under.
This is step 9. Okay, so we need P20 and P26 is the ball return. We need to clean it out a little dirty in the tray.
These holes are going to line up, those ones. See, those are going to line up with not the wider ones, but these pre-drilled, slightly pre-drilled ones. Into these. Wait, that one.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
So, pressure.
So the ball return is going to go straight through the drums and all of the holes. Maybe an impact driver. And then the wood bar acts as a stopper.
So that broke open.
Yeah.
That's not good. See that there?
Yeah.
See, it's doing it on this one too with the hand.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's just because the screws are a little too long.
I was wondering, did we select the right screws or H2s?
I didn't see you said H2.
That's what they said.
No, it's there's at the length that they're gonna hit the other end of the. So
Step 11.
P22 and 4H2. Gold box bottom board.
And P22.
Need 2 adults.
Yep.
So black laminate is face down. There's the 4 holes.
Okay.
So it actually bends.
Supposed to bend?
Clearly, yeah.
Oh.
But it doesn't. That doesn't quite fit. We can get it as close as we can.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Those holes definitely do not quite line up. Well, actually, it might start shifting. Okay. It's kind of shifting. Alright. It's starting to work. Yeah, it's lining up. Let's get these tightened first. Okay. Let's see if we can get these to line up. I think they're just going to kind of go at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It's a little funky, but...
Step 12. What are we doing here? Front
New
cabinet
section. We're
board.
starting to build the back cabinet.
Okay. We'll bring P7 and P8 together. P28 is going.
other side.
Just slid in and is being held here and here. And then we're gonna probably do some things with these holes. I don't wanna spoil it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna connect into here. Once we find where the holes align, which is gonna be the trickiest part, honestly. I can't see it at all on the other side.
we're having some issues lining up the holes.
Yeah. I'm gonna loosen everything
Okay.
on this board, even the stuff we tightened in many steps ago. Basically loosen up everything so we can adjust this board. I have to play in it. Adjust it to be able to hit all this. Now it's going in. Now we hit all the holes.
Awesome.
Kind of figured I was gonna have to do that. Making sure this is flush here on the outside. As I tighten these. Check the bottom. Bottom looks good. And tighten up the bottom ones. We were gonna face the same problem, which is why it's like, I don't know why I said to tighten these in the earlier step. I'm like, there's no way we're not gonna have to adjust this again later, but whatever.
There's always some adjustment time.
I'm just loosening these 3 bolts we did before.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We just have some play in it. Okay. Make sure everything's flush on the outside. I'm gonna step out. Just make sure this is flush here. Never over Tigton.
Very important words to live by. Step 14. Ball stop bottom board. Next to the ball area where the ball flows. That's going to be that tray, and then I guess the top tray is going to be the ball holes where the points are tabulated.
These nicely drilled pilot holes right here. Just gotta get all this started.
This looks like it needs to come over. Yeah.
Now we gotta do the other two though. So they should just be lined up. Oh my god, this thing. Stripping the screw head.
Grabbing a second screw.
Just gonna take this one out as best I can. Can't use the head because it's pretty stripped. That screw did not go in cleanly at all. I think some of the shift may have affected it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do this hand screw all the way too. That's actually working okay. Maybe this side will be a little more cooperative. In the hand. I want to strip another screw.
This was
One of the worst parts.
mm-hmm. That 15 target board. It's on the underside. Oh,
As much
there's
debris in
something.
it. We can clean that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on the back, so it's not just get thrown down the front side.
Pull over here. Pull over here.
That one went in nicely.
Dust. Step 16.
Placing all the wires through the hole. Where are the pilot holes? Oh, we screwed down. That's for this LED light strip. Step 17. We did before with these. Using shirt to clean.
Ooh, the graphic looks a little
What?
up top of the corner.
Yeah,
It's a
a
little,
little bubble there.
hard.
Looks like it took a little bit of an impact there.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it'll show. Let's see.
And then we've got 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Want to let go of the jet? It's resting on there though, so it's
Okay.
good.
And then
Over the top.
the glass, the not whatever that flexible
Really?
glass is gonna, the guard is gonna come down here.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down on the sides and go up into the slot. So screws up top were his least favorite.
I think I got it all the way actually. You want to try to raise it just a tad?
Mm-hmm.
Just does not want to go in straight here. Here we go again.
Being extra tricky for whatever reason. Have to make it bigger. Drill through.
Re-drilling it.
Mm.
It's in.
Success! Step 18 is the plexiglass.
So it doesn't appear to matter.
Oh yeah, I suppose not. Ooh, plexiglass. It's like you read my mind.
So we kind of slide up under there.
Yeah, it slides into the groove.
It was almost, it was close. Almost there. Pull apart a little bit. My side's in. Though they may have just drilled the holes too big over there or something.
Maybe.
So these are going to be the most important not to over tighten. You do not want to damage this equipment. See, this side they're actually screwing in. You see what happened when I tried to do the other side? The screw just slid right in.
Oh wow. Screw doesn't screw.
Because the holes are stripped. They just drilled even up to all this side. It's like they used too big of a drill bit when they pre-drilled them. They screwed it
So
up.
what do we do?
We can try the other part. Toothpick.
Alright, lots of toothpicks today.
What the hell they were doing here? They did not drill appropriate size holes for this stuff. Damn.
Stuffing more holes with toothpicks.
This is pretty bad, actually. Oh, yeah, these were drilled. Yeah, I don't want the toothpick stuff to show. Pressing it down. That one's good.
on step 19.
I'm gonna change that. Just gonna run it here. Basically under this board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Screws here, 4 screws, all at the corners.
I think one of the screws that was harness strip from before.
Yeah, it's great. Phenomenal.
Strips.
Another strip screw.
See, look at the screws.
Oh my goodness.
Bent. That's why I don't know why I did that. I don't know why.
Step 20, the top back panel. So we're supposed to have 6H1s, but we had a few strips, so we do not have extras, and we have 4 left. We do have 2H2s left. We're gonna make the best of it.
Yeah. But they put the holes over here for the top.
Oh, so they put it upside down?
Yes.
Nice.
So that's how we're mounting it.
It's
Upside
fine. The wire's good. Tucked in well.
I think so. I don't understand why you would use such a long screw. Okay. One H2. Another super long H2 going in. Anyways.
And the back is done. Awesome.
Yeah.
AC adapter. We will plug in the back. This. Plug it in there. Plug this in. To an outlet. Last step. Top rail plastic corner cap. And the trim strip. Okay. And put this thing over here. It's the final trim piece. And there should be holes. 3 holes.
Slide it.
And tighten all 3. Move to the other side.
Oh. P35, P31, P32. Why does it say P6? That says P35.
P35, I don't know. They screwed up on that. What do you think looks better?
Well, no, I think yeah, so the bigger thing goes on the outside for sure. The bumpy side is bigger.
Yeah.
It's got more to cover, so it definitely goes on the outside. And that's gonna hold that strip in so it doesn't pop out too.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how that was sliding out before?
I do.
We can just find a hole.
2 on the inside, 2 on the outside.
For that one.
A few holes stripped, a couple of pieces needed some extra persuasion. And that's not really the product itself, that's just how boxed, build-it-yourself furniture can go sometimes. Cutting and drilling tolerances vary unit to unit, so your build might hit different snags than ours, or none at all. 100% would build again.
Wow.